and read on. And we'll show you something.
The book of Matthew chapter 19 and verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life?
Now, that's what we all should ask. Okay? The rich man is asking Christ, Good master, what thing should I do? He says, What good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? Right? Let's find out what Christ had to say.
Verse 17. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good?
Mm-hmm.
There is none good but one. That is God.
That is God, because we do know that Christ himself was good, but Christ took the posture of being humble. He humbled himself, right? Go ahead, brother.
If thou wilt enter into life.
If you want to enter into life, what must you do?
Keep the commandments.
So wait a minute, are you sure this is the devil speaking? Because didn't Creflo Dollar say the devil wants to keep commandments?
This is written in red.
This is written in red. So Christ told him, Christ didn't say just believe on me. But keep reading though.
Verse 18. He saith unto him, Which? Jesus said, Thou shalt do no murder.
Do no what?
No murder.
Okay, we just read about murder. Right? Go ahead.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
That's what we wanted too. So if the law's done away with, why is Christ reciting commandments to this man? Why is Christ telling him you shouldn't do no murder, you shouldn't keep? Those are commandments that Christ is talking about. To get eternal life, but go ahead.
Thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Go ahead.
The young man saith unto him, All these things have I kept from my youth up. What lack I yet?
Christ is saying, so he's asking, all this I kept. Which means I kept the commandments. Go ahead, but what does Christ say?
Verse 21. Jesus said unto him, If thou wilt be perfect.
What is being perfect? What does that mean? Keep the commandments. If thou will be perfect, keep the commandments in the faith of Christ. Go ahead.
Go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come follow me.
So what Christ is basically letting him know is it ain't so much to keep the commandments. You have to keep the commandments filtered through Christ. That's why we always tell y'all to the law and to the testimony. Okay? And that's the point. Okay? So let's go to the end result. Let's go to the last book of the Bible.
Shalom, most in Christ bless. I just want to make a quick point on the Matthew 19 verse 16, as we heard Deacon Raphael, as we heard him say it, read it and break it down. I just want to make a quick point on this Matthew 19 verse 16. Let's go to Sirach 29 verse 20. Let's read it again. Matter of fact, let's read again Matthew 19 verse 16. Let me go there. Matthew 19 verse 16. It says, And behold, one came unto him and said, Good master, what good things shall I do that I may have eternal life? Verse 17. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou enter life, keep the commandment. Verse 18. He said unto him, Which? Jesus said, Thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. Verse 19. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as yourself. Verse 20. The young man said unto him, All these things I have kept from my youth up, what lack I yet? Jesus said unto him, If thou wilt be perfect, go sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. Verse 22. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possession. That is the point I want to make. He had great possession. So this dude was not a poor dude. He was a wealthy man. Today, he will be classified as a millionaire, right? Because he had great possession. Great possession. He was not a poor man. So here's the point. What was Christ suggesting? Go sell all that you have and give to the poor and come follow me. Was Christ suggesting that he should go and sell all his belongings? There is something in that verse. Christ was not suggesting that he should go and sell all his belongings and come and follow him. We have to understand that this brother was a rich man. Verse 22 said, "For when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possession." So he was a rich man. Today he will be called a millionaire or a billionaire, for he had great possessions. So he was a very wealthy man. Christ wasn't suggesting that he should go and sell all his belongings and give the money to the poor and become homeless and following him. No. So that's why we have to go to precept must be upon precept. So the first precept, let's go to Sirach 29 verse 20, as I wanted to say earlier. Sirach 29 verse 20. I just wanted to share this with you, brothers. Sirach 29 verse 20. It says, help thy neighbor according to thy power, and beware that thou thyself fall not into the same. So you have to help your neighbor according to your power, and don't make sure that you don't go into the same position that your neighbor was. Don't help him and then you yourself you become homeless. Don't help your neighbor and then you find yourself in difficulties. Help him according to your power. All right. Let's go to another precept again. The Act 4 verse 32. That's the main point. Act 4 verse 32. Act chapter 4 verse 32. Let's start there. And the multitude of them that believe were of one heart and of one soul. Neither said any of them that aught of the things which he possessed was his own, but they had all things common. Verse 33. And with great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and great grace was upon them all. Verse 34. Now verse 34, let's listen to the main point. And with neither was there any among them that lacked, for as many as were possessors of lands and houses sold them, and brought the price of the things that were sold. Verse 35. And laid them down at the apostles' feet, and distribution was made unto every man according as he has need. So let me read verse 32 again. And the multitude of them that believed were of one heart and of one soul. Neither said any of them that aught of the things which he possessed was his own, but they had all things in common. Let's jump to verse 34. Neither was there any among them that lacked. So among them, I don't know how many of them were, but among them there was nobody that lacked a thing. For as many as were possessors of lands and houses sold them, and brought the prices of the things that were sold. Verse 35. And laid down at the apostles' feet, and distribution was made unto every man according to his need. So what happened here is these brothers, that they were wealthy, the billionaires and the millionaires that were there, that they have lands and houses, many houses and many lands, they sold their abundant. They sold their abundant, some of their lands and houses, and brought the money to the disciples. And distribution was made. So the brothers were righteous. So what Christ was asking the brother was not to sell all his property. He has great possessions. He was to sell some of his belongings, some of his houses and lands, and some of his animals and some of his properties, some, and give the money to the poor and come and follow. Christ himself wasn't homeless. None of the apostles were homeless. So Christ was simply asking him to sell some of his property and give the money to the poor and come and follow him. This was a special call from him. But he turned it down. Because of what? Greed. The brother was greedy. Like today, we have people like Floyd Mayweather, billionaire. Greed. He doesn't care about his people. So if a brother like that come to the truth, what do you think he's going to do? He will not sell one of those his 30 Ferraris and give and come and help the congregation. He will not do that. So the brother in Matthew 19:16 was simply greedy. He has possessors, he has wealth. Now he has great possession, but he was unwilling to sell even one spoon and give the money to the poor. So Christ simply exposed him. See, I just wanted to make a point on that. That's all I just wanted to say. I hope we get some understanding from that. Without to say shalom.